Let's talk about paraphrasing for a little bit. Paraphrasing is one of the most commonly misunderstood elements of using information from sources. And the reason that is because people feel like if they change a word or two, or maybe the order of the words, they've then paraphrased it. Paraphrasing is a little bit more complex than that. Most people know that paraphrasing is putting the information in their own words. This is different than summarizing or quoting because you're going to retain the entire information from the quote, but it's going to be completely your own words. So the example here, I've got an original quote. It says, "This consumer group is about to initiate litigation against McDonald's so that it will no longer be able to promote unhealthy meals with toys." When I paraphrase, I'm going to have to keep all of the important information. I'm going to have to include that it's a consumer group. I'm going to have to include litigation or lawsuits. I'm going to have to include McDonald's because that's the organization that's being sued. And I'm going to have to include unhealthy meals with toys. Those are the essential parts of this quote. So when I paraphrase, here's an example. I'm going to say, "Recently, one particular consumer group decided to begin the process of suing McDonald's for providing toys in their Happy Meals because it is encouraging younger children to eat food they feel is detrimental to their development." So you can see that a paraphrase, in this case, could be longer than the quoted information or the same length as the quoted information. You shouldn't see a paraphrase that's significantly shorter than the quoted information because chances are you've forgotten to put information that was in the original quote into that paraphrased information. What I've done here is I've also put in red those words that are exactly the same from the quote as in the paraphrased information. You can see nowhere in the quote does it say "recently one particular." Nowhere in the quote does it have the exact words "decided to begin the process of suing." And nowhere in the quote did it say Happy Meals. It just said unhealthy meals with toys. And then it said unhealthy, and so I've put detrimental to their development. The only words that are word for word are consumer group, McDonald's, and toys. And the reason these are word for word is because there's really no other way to say these things. Consumer group means a group of individuals who purchase items. McDonald's, if I change it to a different retail or a different chain of restaurants, now we change the meaning entirely because we're accusing another organization of being sued. And then toys, there could be other words for toys, but nothing that really has the same meaning without it becoming cumbersome. We don't want to say, things that kids play with. That makes it really lengthy, and there's really no reason to do that. One of the great things about highlighting or putting the words from the quote in another color is that you can quickly see if you've actually paraphrased. If you've paraphrased correctly, only key words that cannot be changed in any way should still be identical to the quoted information. Of course, when you're paraphrasing, you might have some words that are the same, such as to, or is, or for, or in. These are words that do not have a specific meaning to them, and you can't create a sentence without them. So you're changing the words that can be changed, leaving those that have to be, and then you might end up with a couple that are the same just because you can't make a sentence without them. So that's how you paraphrase information.